What do you do to entertain your taste buds? What would you reply to such a question? Yes, that is the question my husband asked me when I started out on this anti inflammatory diet, cutting out sugar and all the unhealthy starches. I told him I eat fruit. I have such a big sweet tooth. So the journey started out very difficult. Hi, my name is Karina. I'm a dietitian and lactation consultant. And before I go into my taste buds, please like and subscribe and share the video because sharing is caring. And maybe you can help someone else learn more about the anti inflammatory diet or just to eat healthier. And hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my latest videos that I release. So, like I mentioned, I have a big sweet tooth, and I always pray and ask God just to scale it down a bit for me. Because, yeah, it was very difficult for me to do it out of my own power, and I can't. And just like the Bible says, we need to do it in God's power. So, when the doctor said I need to cut out the starches and sweets and sugars, it's more because, okay, he said the 3 months after the treatment, that's just to keep the inflammation low in my body so that, your body can do what it needs to do with the stem cells and all of that. And I know it's 3 months because that's how long it takes for your nerves and the brain nerves to start growing again. So it will be a while after the treatment that I really start to feel any difference. So don't expect me to now, in this week or two, come and be like, oh, look, I can move my hand and no spasticity and all of that. Cutting out sugar and starch doesn't mean you have to never ever eat it in your life again. It's about how much and how frequently you eat it. And especially trying to follow an anti inflammatory diet, you don't really want to eat it that often. So maybe having a small piece of cake at a party, it's fine, but you don't want to overdo it eating big portions every week. Maybe try for a small portion every second week, maybe. It really depends. And then, like I mentioned about my big sweet tooth and asking God, ironically, obviously, I had to now do it for 3 months, and then I started a month before as well. How's it going so far? I must say it was a big struggle in the beginning. I don't know why, but I became very thirsty, and if I didn't prepare my meals right, I would be hungry all the time. But I found that if I prepared my meals right with a composition that's good, then I didn't become hungry. I only ate 3 meals a day compared to me snacking all the time because of my blood sugar that would spike when I would used to eat sweets and sugary things. I must say the cravings were there for sweets, especially seeing other people eat it. So I would just imagine a time where I really felt sick from eating a sweet, or I would just think about the worst sweet that I've ever eaten, and then I would be like, ugh. So then I'll get over that craving very fast. But now, after like 21, 22 days, I don't have that craving at all. I look at it, I'm like, not really, don't really want to do that. And maybe it's because I am just so focused on improving my health for hopefully the recovery that hopefully for the recovery that will be. I must say that first week, or the third day of not eating any starches and things, I woke up and I felt so dizzy. I felt so lightheaded. I think that was just the what do you call it? The drawback symptoms. Yeah, I think it was that withdrawal symptoms that I had, which is really bad because sugar is quite addictive thing. So stop eating it. So stop eating it can really have withdrawal symptoms effect on your body. Your body can become inflamed with all the toxins and exposures to different fumes and pollutants that we get around us. There are certain pollutants and toxins that we can control, compared to others that we cannot control. We cannot control the fumes from the car exhaust, but you can control other things that will still make a big difference on your health and the inflammation in your body. But the biggest role that can stop inflammation or decrease it is your diet. Now, I'm also a certified detox specialist. So, if you are interested in doing my detox program, comment detox in the comment section below, and then I'll reach out to you to explain a bit more what the course entails and if you'd like to go on with the course. So, yes, what have I been eating so far? So, I'm really trying to up my protein intake because I think in general we all eat too much starch because it's so much easier to grab a piece of bread. It's easier to grab a piece of bread and or a cookie or eat a rusk with your coffee. So it all starts to add up, and then you don't even realize how much starch you did eat or carbohydrates in general. So my protein intake wasn't that great, but now I can feel my protein intake has started to increase. And also carrying a baby and then eating enough protein helps you form muscles more. So yay, thank you baby for helping me grow my strength. So yes, I will show you a few photos, but first I want to share with you the recipe of my poke bowl, or is it poke bowl? I don't know. Anyway, so the poke bowl is very nice. So we did the quinoa. I would say a cup of cooked quinoa, and then a quarter cup of all the other veggies. So cucumber, grated carrot, baby tomatoes, shredded red cabbage, because it's got more nutrients in and a more, I want to say, diversity of nutrients compared to the green cabbage. No offense, green cabbage. And that's why also the red cabbage is so much more expensive. Yeah, I think that I have a theory that red cabbage is more expensive than the green cabbage because of the nutrient content diversity compared to the green. And especially if you go look at the peppers, like green pepper is cheaper than the yellow and red pepper, but that's also because if you keep the red pepper, sorry, if you keep the green pepper on the plant, you have to wait longer for to harvest the yellow and red pepper because then the green pepper starts to change to yellow or red. So then what do we have in there? You can also take grated onion, red onion because it's sweeter. And then we had edamame beans for the protein. But then also we added tuna. You can have salmon as well. I just didn't eat the salmon because I don't like raw salmon really, only in sushi. And then we had some sesame seeds that we sprinkled over it. And then, of course, we had about 15 mils of extra virgin olive oil because that oil is just amazing. You can really be generous with it over your food in general. And then we also put some, I think, 15 mils of soy sauce because that gives you the whole sushi vibe in your salad. So yes, that is what I used, or my mom used for this recipe, and it was delicious. And then also just looking on my left or my right, we so for dinner we had some great chicken in the oven, lemon and herb, and then also roasted vegetables. Once again, be generous with the olive oil because olive oil is great for the inflammation. And then for your overall health, for your brain, it really helps because your brain is just a lump of fat. So you need to eat healthy fats to help your brain. And then also, yeah, the portion size doesn't look that big. It always depends about the size of your plate, what the portions look like on your plate. And also, everyone's hunger differs. I mean, I eat smaller portions compared to a bodybuilder, for example. That's extreme. But anyway. And then for breakfast, eggs always go to with tomatoes and cucumber to keep it fresh and fibrous. And then also I add banana because I love banana with egg. I do not know why, but that's just how I was raised. And that's it. You don't need to have bread, toast, and all of that. You can if you like, but I want to keep it to a minimum. So some have asked if I have been staying in a hospital. No, so it's a little house that is a practice, and then you have the reception, and you walk through, then you have another reception for the treatment area, and then you have the room where I am, and then you have the room where I'm receiving the treatment. I usually use the middle bed. Halfway through the treatment, I have to express breast milk because I don't have a baby yet to remove the milk and I don't want my milk supply to decrease. And then, of course, I have food to eat because I get hungry because of the breastfeeding. So I need to stay hydrated. And yes, then I usually turn to salad or some vegetables. And then, of course, a protein and a fruit. We are here at the Mac pools. We're just stopping here and then we'll hopefully go to the Sabi waterfalls. Although I think this is part of it. If you missed our previous video, you are more than welcome to catch up by clicking on this thumbnail.